We are standing at the edge of a massive shift in consumer technology, and the window to prepare for what is coming is rapidly closing. If you thought the Meta Quest 3 pushed the boundaries of mixed reality, or that the Apple Vision Pro set a standard that could never be matched by an affordable consumer device, you need to hear what is happening behind closed doors at Meta right now. The landscape of virtual and augmented reality is about to be completely rewritten, and the device leading this aggressive charge is the Meta Quest 4. This is not just another iterative update or a slight bump in resolution. Based on the latest leaks, supply chain whispers, and internal roadmaps coming out of Silicon Valley, the Quest 4 is being engineered as a foundational leap forward, a headset designed to finally bridge the gap between niche gaming hardware and an absolute everyday necessity. To understand why the Quest 4 is generating so much unprecedented hype, we have to look at the secret internal roadmaps that have recently surfaced. Inside Meta's Reality Labs, the project driving the next generation of mainstream headsets has been operating under the code name Pismo. But here is the brilliant part of Meta's upcoming strategy. Pismo is not just one headset. Meta is reportedly splitting the Quest 4 lineup into two distinct models right out of the gate, a standard version and a premium version. Both are heavily targeted for a 2026 release. This dual-launch strategy is a massive departure from how they rolled out the Quest 2 and Quest 3. By dropping a standard and a premium version simultaneously, Meta is setting a trap for the entire industry. They want to capture the budget-conscious consumer who just wants to play immersive games, while simultaneously offering a powerhouse device for power users, developers, and early adopters who want near PC-level performance without the massive price tag of an Apple Vision Pro. Let us dive into the actual hardware, because this is where things get truly mind-blowing. The biggest complaint about every VR headset on the market right now, including the Quest 3, is the comfort. Wearing a computer on your face is heavy, it causes fatigue, and it creates a physical barrier to staying in virtual reality for more than an hour or two. Meta knows this, and the Quest 4 is tackling the form factor aggressively. We are expecting a radical slimming down of the physical profile, by refining the pancake lens technology that made the Quest 3 thinner, and potentially shifting toward advanced micro-OLED displays. Meta is aiming to drastically reduce the depth and weight of the front visor. Imagine putting on a pair of oversized ski goggles, rather than strapping a plastic brick to your forehead. This reduction in weight is not just about comfort. It is about changing consumer psychology. If the device is light enough to forget you are wearing it, you're going to use it for watching entire movies on a virtual theater screen, working multiple shifts in virtual desktop environments, and hanging out in digital spaces for hours on end. Speaking of the displays, the visual fidelity of the Quest 4 is going to be a generational leap. We are moving past the era where you can easily spot individual pixels if you look hard enough. The premium version of the Quest 4 is heavily rumored to feature eye tracking as a standard, out-of-the-box feature. This is an absolute game changer. Up until now, eye tracking has been reserved for ultra-expensive enterprise headsets, or the PSVR 2. By bringing eye tracking to a mainstream consumer headset, Meta unlocks the magic of dynamic foveated rendering. If you are unfamiliar with that term, it essentially means the headset uses its cameras to track exactly where your pupils are looking at any given millisecond. It then focuses all of its graphical processing power entirely on that specific spot, rendering it in crystal clear ultra-high definition, while slightly blurring your peripheral vision. Exactly how the human eye naturally works. This technique saves massive amounts of computing power, allowing a standalone mobile headset to push graphics that look incredibly close to high-end PC VR games. But beautiful graphics mean nothing if the headset cannot process them smoothly, which brings us to the beating heart of the Quest 4. Under the hood, this device is expected to be powered by the next generation of Qualcomm's spatial computing chips, most likely the Snapdragon XR2 Gen 3. The current Gen 2 chip inside the Quest 3 already provided a massive leap in processing power, allowing for real-time shadows, high-resolution textures, and complex physics. The Gen 3 chip is going to focus heavily on two things: localized artificial intelligence and flawless mixed reality pass-through. Let us talk about that pass-through for a second, because this is where the Quest 4 will truly challenge Apple. The Quest 3 introduced us to full-color pass-through, allowing you to see your real living room with digital objects placed inside it. It was a massive step up, but it still had a slight graininess, a little bit of warping around your hands, and it struggled in low light. The The Quest 4 is aiming to make pass-through virtually indistinguishable from reality. With higher resolution exterior cameras, better depth sensors, and an AI-driven image processing pipeline, looking through the Quest 4 will feel like looking through a clear glass window. You will be able to read text on your physical smartphone with zero distortion, while a massive digital television floats